My name is Michaela. I am in southeast Wisconsin in a little town called Plymouth. My husband and I were both active duty military, but on the side, we own a small farm. So I grew up on a farm. I had a very great, excellent childhood. My family put all 4 of us kids into 4-H programs. I learned how to preserve my own strawberry jam. That was the very first thing I learned to can. My mom and dad were always about, homemade, fresh, mostly because I think it's expensive to feed 4 kids, but they also had a farm, so they taught us those very valuable lessons as a child. Food doesn't come from a box or a grocery store. So I was one of those kids of us 4 who really took that to heart, and I love the farm, I love animals, I love everything about that, and I knew when I grew up I wanted a farm of my own as well. Fast forward to when I decided what I want to do with my life. My dad was in the Air Force. I wanted to be in the Air Force. I'm actually named after my dad, so my dad and I are pretty close. I finally enlisted and I had to sell my cow. I was really sad about that. But I ended up going into the military as a KC-135 crew chief, which that's what I still do. And my dad was a crew chief on C-5. So during my military career, my husband and I, we met kind of around that time. We were both deployed in 2022 going into 23, and we were on our way home and I found a property. And I'm like, this is it. We've been looking for 2 years for something bigger than what we had. And we put a blind offer on it the day we were flying home. We were in Hawaii, our last stop to good old Wisconsin, and we got an accepted offer. Didn't even see this place, and here we are today. And we have done so much work on this property, and it's literally a dream come true. So I did ask my dad at one point, I want to do bees, and of course he was really excited. He had some experience with getting stung by a wasp several years ago, and it kind of put him in a little scare. Never had a problem reacting to a bee sting up until then, so for him, me asking this again, bringing this question up, got him really excited too. So he actually, as soon as he found out that I was getting a brand spanking new hive, he went ahead and bought the same exact one, and he is super excited. And now he said my bees can have friends at our farm, but he's just a book of knowledge. So I'm just really excited to get my dad involved, and he's about to retire, so I think this is good for him too. So what am I gonna do with all this honey, you say? Well, on our farm we have Highland beef cattle. We are getting pigs for the first time this year. We have chickens, we have ducks, we have a big garden. I'm a big gardener. I have a giant cantry in our old 1880 basement, and something my husband and I would use our honey for is a couple of our little fun things we do, such as we make mead. We usually buy locally, but we drink a lot of mead, let's say that. We're in Wisconsin, come on, we drink a lot. So we will be using that for mead making. I also have a little farm stand, roadside stand called the Lazy Acres Market, where I open up and sell fresh vegetables. I do sourdough bread, I do cinnamon rolls, I do pretty much a little bit of everything when I have the time. We'd also like to sell honeycomb, honey bears, just cutesy little things for our customers to be able to utilize in their home. And we also do our own hay for our cattle, for our livestock, and we have alfalfa, we have wildflowers. Our property is actually right on the corner of a big national forest called the Kettle Moraine. It's 14,000 acres of woodlands, grass, so there's everything for a little honeybee to be happy. So we definitely have flower gardens. I'm into gardening, like I mentioned, so we have tons of flowers and stuff for them to stay busy as a bee. So a lot of people are interested in this homesteading trend. It's a great lifestyle. It's a very simple life, and it just always looks so enjoyable, does it not? For someone who's trying to get into this homesteading way of life, might seem overwhelming because there's a lot to it. And I would say my word of advice is it's okay to start small, because by the time you finally achieve to where you want to be, things are just going to get so much easier. If you're whether you're living in an apartment, whether you're living in a small townhouse, you can always support local. You want to learn to can, go to your local farm, buy in bulk, and start canning at home to put real wholesome food on your shelf. If you want to, for instance, if you want to get fresh raw honey, find your local farmer. If you want to buy delicious beef that's from one cow, go to your local farmer. Just little baby steps that you're putting both money into the local community, but also getting great quality products. And by the time you find the property that would fit your needs or your final goal, you will be able to easily get into where you want to be. So start small. It's okay. It can get very overwhelming, and set goals. Never look back. Always set goals. Always crush those goals and take little baby steps. And it's okay if you're not there next year, because it does take a lifetime. I'm almost 30 and I'm still not where I want to be, but just take little baby steps. For someone who might be interested in beekeeping, there's a lot to it, again, but it's also a really good little side hustle, a little side hobby. It's also adding a natural product into your household. But I chose Hoover Hive because I liked how they were made in the US. The hives they're very pretty. Let's be real here. They are a nice American family-owned company. And I really think that the equipment they have makes it really easy for new beginners. They have kits that are all ready to go. They have a lot of educational material and stuff like that. But if you're looking to get into beekeeping, there's a lot of good resources online and such for getting started and whatnot like that. No matter where you are in life, whether your goals are having a big farm of your own, or maybe you just rather stay in a little small townhouse, just little small steps to reach those goals. You can follow me for more fun, more exciting adventures this next year in 2025. We have Instagram called The Lazy Acres, and we also have Facebook and TikTok. And one of our big goals for this year for our farm is to start a YouTube. So if you'd like to follow our YouTube page, and we hope to put something out there soon about our little farm, our little piece and slice of heaven.